Welcome back to Weekend Sunrise. Now, if you're a fan of scary movies, the chances are that you've heard of the Insidious series. The 2010 movie made it big at the box office and won several awards for Best Horror Flick.
Now, it was also directed by an Aussie who's gone on to become one of our biggest box office names. As the third instalment hits the big screen, our movie man Jabba sat down with the cast to find out how horror is taking Australia to Hollywood.
Horror movies are what budding directors cut their teeth on before moving up the cinematic food chain. James Cameron began his career in horror, as did Peter Jackson. Australia's own James Wan made a name for himself with Saw and the first two Insidious films, before heading on to direct the recent Fast and Furious blockbuster Furious 7. Now another Aussie and Wan's partner in crime, Leigh Whannell, is hoping to make it big in Hollywood with his directorial debut, Insidious Chapter 3.
What took so long for you to get in the director's chair?
I don't know, that's a good question. I mean, I went to film school to be a director. That's where I met James. But, you know, it's almost like I went to music school to be the lead singer of a band and had all these plans and then met a really great lead singer and guitarist and was like, maybe I'll just play bass.
James Wan's Furious 7 has already grossed over $1.5 billion worldwide, but his departure from the horror genre leaves some big shoes to fill.
Well, everyone, of course, wanted James to direct the third movie, and James was not available. He felt he had done his Insidious storytelling with 1 and 2, and so once he stepped away, everyone wanted Leigh to direct it.
You've worked with other actor-directors before, most notably Clint Eastwood on J. Edgar. Is Leigh, as a first-time, he's obviously got a lot of acting under his belt, but as a first-time director, is he on the pathway to Eastwood status?
Leigh crushed it on this movie. You know, it happened in this order for me. I read the script and I think, wow, that's a really good script, you know, to be honest with you, like for a horror movie. And then I meet him and he starts directing. I think, wow, he wrote a great script. He's directing the shit out of it. This is awesome. And then he walks around and gets in front of the character, in the camera, puts on his glasses, and he kills it in the role, too. So he can do anything. I'd go around again with him any day of the week.
One of Leigh's strengths as director is building suspense without actually showing anything.
I can hear someone.
Is it my mom?
No, it isn't your mother.
And he's not above freaking out the actors either.
Tell us about the air horn that you used on set.
Well, I actually had lunch with William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist, and he talked about scaring the actors for real. You know, he's like, let's not simulate this stuff. And so I used this air horn one day on set with Stephanie. I told her, I just want you to wake up as if you've gotten a fright. And then I kind of let off this air horn, and you get this huge reaction from her, but I never did it again. I felt like everybody in the film was so good that I almost didn't need to.
I think he got too big of a reaction, so he couldn't even use the tape.
Air horns aside, newcomer Stephanie Scott gives the movie some of its scariest scenes.
Is it scary making a horror film?
I think it was definitely scary in some ways. I think the overall, like, it was just intense, like, to have to be scared and, like, because I don't want people to watch it and be like, she's not scared enough.
But given Insidious's reputation, there's no fear of that.